Amanda, I had a massive breakthrough this morning. I spent 3 hours analyzing our office pantry situation, and I've officially decided that switching from almond milk to oat milk is going to, and I quote, move the needle on our team's morning morale.
Adam, please tell me you didn't actually use that phrase in front of the kitchen staff.
Oh yeah, I did. I even had a pie chart. They looked at me like I was speaking a lost dialect of ancient Latin.
That's because you were. You're using a $1 million phrase for a $5 problem. Welcome to Circle Back, the headquarters for high-status executive fluency. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Adam. If you've ever felt like your hard work was being ignored because you didn't know how to describe its impact, you are in the right boardroom.
But before we show you how to actually move the needle on your salary and your status, do us a favor. If you want to join the top 1% of professional communicators, hit that subscribe button right now.
And hit the like button if you've ever sat through a meeting where someone used so many buzzwords you felt like you were in a word search puzzle. Let's see how many of you are out there.
All right, Adam, let's get granular. Moving the needle. It's one of those phrases that CEOs love to throw around while looking pensively out of 50th floor windows. What does it actually mean in the real world?
It's all about scale. To move the needle means to make a significant, measurable difference in a situation or a project. It comes from the idea of a gauge, like a speedometer or a thermometer. If the needle doesn't move, you're just spinning your wheels. You're busy, but you aren't being effective.
Exactly. And the humor comes from people using it for tiny, insignificant things, like your oat milk breakthrough. If you tell your boss, I moved the needle on the office stapler organization, they're going to get a very confused look.
Guilty as charged. But honestly, I see this all the time in performance reviews. People say, I worked really hard this year. And the manager says, great, but did you move the needle on our revenue? It's a harsh reality, but in the C-suite, effort is a given. Impact is the only thing that's rewarded.
That is so true. It's a dazzling distinction. High-status professionals don't talk about how busy they are. They talk about how much they shifted the dial.
Look at you with the synonyms. But okay, let's play a game. Moving the needle versus just doing your job. I'll give you a scenario, you tell me if it qualifies.
I'm ready, bring it.
Scenario 1. I answered 200 emails today. Did I move the needle?
Absolutely not. You just cleared a digital backlog, but the needle is frozen.
Ouch. Okay, scenario 2. I negotiated a 10% discount with our primary software vendor, saving the company $50,000 a year.
Now we're talking. That is a measurable bottom line impact. The needle didn't just move, it did a little dance.
A little victory dance, I like that. So let's give our audience the survival scripts. Amanda, if I'm in a meeting and my manager is asking for ideas to move the needle on a project that is currently failing, what's the most sophisticated way to respond?
You want to sound analytical and results-oriented. Try this. I think we need to stop focusing on incremental changes and look at the levers that will actually move the needle. What is the one strategic shift that will change our trajectory?
Strategic shift, trajectory. Ooh, you're making me want to promote you right now.
It's all about the phrasing, Adam. Another one for when someone else is boiling the ocean, remember our last episode, and they claim they're moving the needle. You can ask, that's an interesting approach, but how will we quantify the needle movement? What is the specific KPI we're looking to shift?
Boom. You just ask them for data without calling them a liar. That is the definition of dazzling. It's about holding people accountable to actual results.
Precisely. Don't let people hide behind vague words. If they say they are moving the needle, ask them by how many degrees.
I love it. So the takeaway for today, busy is a choice, but moving the needle is a strategy. Focus on the big levers, leave the oat milk to the kitchen staff, and watch your executive presence skyrocket.
Poor oat milk. It never stood a chance.
That is all the time we have for today's deep dive. We want to hear from you in the comments below. What's one thing you did this week that actually moved the needle in your career or your business? No inbox clearing allowed.
We're looking for the best impact stories to feature in a future segment, so get typing. And if you want to keep your professional English dazzling, make sure you've subscribed and liked the video.
Thanks for joining us at @CirclebackHQ. We'll move the needle on another idiom with you next time.
See you then.